Hi, welcome back. Or welcome. I mean, this is only my second video. But thanks for tuning in to Little Sparks of Joy. Today I woke up this morning. Let me back up. Yesterday, I was stuck at home all day. I had to get my car into the mechanic, only they didn't have a loaner, so I had to wait till today. I was stuck at home and it was driving me crazy. I'm out of work right now, which is very frustrating. And my husband and I are separated, so I don't have access to a second vehicle. So I was stuck at home with my mind. Oh, shoot. But, so this morning I woke up knowing that I had to take my car into the mechanic, and they had a loaner for me. They were going to have a loaner ready for me, which I was so grateful about. I woke up and I automatically felt this panic in my chest, and my heart beats rapidly, and it went away for a while. I had it for several months, and then it went away, and then it came back this morning. And and maybe a lot of you feel that too, come and go. Of course, they do say it's also a symptom of perimenopause and menopause. Great. But this is more, with so much going on in our collective, in society, in our lives. I mean, things can get very frustrating and scary and fearful. And at night I go to bed with my iPad and my earbuds. I know I shouldn't do that. And in the morning I wake up and I listen to, I don't know, usually I start scrolling while I'm still in bed. But today I made a different choice. I felt that panic and I put my hand on my heart and one on my belly. One hand on my heart, one on my belly. And I just breathed. And I made a different choice as to how I was going to respond, what I was going to listen to. I listened to, there was a Joe Dispenza style meditation that came up on my YouTube. I'm like, yep, absolutely. I'm going to listen to it. It was 15 minutes long, and it got me in such a good mindset. And then I listened to a Neville Goddard morning meditation or inspirational, video. It was great. And together it was about 45 minutes, I think. And I'll link them below. They were wonderful. Really what I needed. I got out of bed knowing that I had to, I was going to a play workshop today. Not like theater, but like a workshop at my church, actually. And that was on the importance of play. Something we don't have, as adults, we don't typically do in our lives. I mean, even in my 20s and 30s and even my 40s, I did. I played a lot, but man, as I get older, I need to make room for play. It's important. It brings curiosity, and inspiration and joy, right? And creativity. I need a lot more of all of those wonderful things in my life. And so I went today, and it was a potluck. So because my car was out of commission yesterday, I had to still go to the grocery store and put stuff together to take. And so I wasn't frazzled though, because I started off with those meditations. I woke up a little early. I mean, not any earlier than usual, and I even still got like a decent, 20-minute, quick hit workout in at the house here. It was quick, but it put me in a good spot. It got me sweating a little bit, and it got my head right. And I noticed that just with that small shift in my thought pattern this morning and what I decided, to do, watch those little videos and then, do my workout, just a quick workout. And then I had to get on the road. I actually called a tow truck. I didn't have to wait for a tow truck. He was here in like a half hour. It was crazy. It was great. And, my car was drivable, but it was making some sound that I just wasn't sure about. So the tow truck, came and we went to the mechanic and they had my loaner ready. It was just wonderful. And I feel that because I was able to start with that small choice to shift my thoughts, and then I gained a little bit of, one win, and they just kept stacking. And it was really profound, and I was grateful. I was really grateful to see how that transpired. And the workshop, the workshop on play was fantastic. We laughed, and I'll discuss this in another video. It was great. And in the next video. But it was wonderful. And I have to say that initial change of thought to distract or disrupt my pattern, my habit in the morning of just scrolling for the first half hour before I get out of bed, it wasn't an easy decision, because it's an ingrained habit, right? And it's not always easy to break those. And I'm not saying that I broke this habit, once and for all, but I'm saying I did it for today, and that's great. But it was a simple decision. It was simple, but not necessarily easy, right? So comment below. Let me know how things are working out for you. What brings you joy? What has been bringing you joy? What's no longer bringing you joy? And in the next video, I'll give you a lowdown on that workshop, that play workshop. It was fantastic. So again, thanks for tuning in. And if this resonates, awesome. I want to hear what you have to say. This is a community. Again, we're not alone. We're in this life together.